Good.
I don't know what these guys think they're going to accomplish by that. Like, what do you stand to gain? Like, what do you really think is going to happen? This dude has fucking stewed over this.
Is that not a reasonable request? Hey, send me a picture of my product or how it malfunctioned or whatever, your order number, so we can backtrack our records or
the
something?
only one I've ever seen come back that actually emailed John that, he said he had a problem with the sling, but whenever we got it, it was cut and re-sewn. Like the dude had
like changed the adapter.
Dude, it was cut. It was cut. Not the Vance guy we're talking about.
No,
we had a dude do the same thing. Sent the sling back to us. When we got it, not only was it cut, it was hand sewn with a different color thread, like, putting the sling back.
It was very, very visible.
Like, were we not gonna know that? Like, dude, it was fucking crazy.
I bet you this fucker has somebody locked up in his mom's basement. It just sounds like that kind of guy.
I don't know. It's like,
I don't either. I'm not Nancy Drew over here. I'm just saying that's spooky.
Like, I don't know any place you could call and go, hey, your product fucked up, send me a new one. With no evidence, no proof, no return merchandise, no RMA code. I mean, nothing. Not even, we couldn't even track back that you ordered the fucking product. Like, we don't even know that it's our product you own. So, when I said, try that with fucking 10 other companies. Just send a blind email. Hey, I've got your blah, blah, blah. It broke. Send me a new one. And see if any of them motherfuckers send you anything. And he took issue. He said, I need a sling for this class coming up that I've got to go to in 5 days, and you're challenging me to challenge other companies as an experiment. No, that was me being a smartass. That wasn't serious. Like, you don't fucking get it. So then you send me a picture of your child in the hospital bed.
Which is
your child's in a fucking hospital bed, which you have a photo of, but you can't send me a photo of this fucking sling. You didn't say, hey, the sling wasn't where I'm at, or I'm in another state or whatever. You said, I don't have a smartphone. You're sending me fucking emails from a fucking smartphone. Back then, too. But and you're going to go train your kids in a fucking hospital bed?
Why are you worried about a sling anyway?
Right. You got bigger things on your plate there, boss. Take care of your child. I hope she's doing well, seriously.
Yeah, for real. I like these guys that show up and they've ordered some fucking rig, and they go, I got a class. I was wondering when I'm going to get my rig. I want to register for a class. You don't need a fucking rig to go take a class. Take a class to figure out what rig you need.
Yeah.
Like James,
they have rigs down there that you can use.
Mindset, tactics, gear. James says that all the time. I'm like, we'd all make a lot more money if you'd fucking throw gear in that top 3. You sell the gear, you get a piece. I sell the gear to you, I get a piece. My employees all make the gear, they get a piece. Everybody be fucking happy. But that's not how the shit works.
Yep.
How many times have you seen, Colin, a dude comes in here and goes, hey, what gear, sell me some gear. What gear should I get? I'm like, dude, if you don't know what gear you need, you really don't need any gear. How many times have a dude came in here with fucking 10 $100 bills wanting to give them to us, and he walks out of here having spent $100 because I talked him out. Colin will sell you $1,000 worth of shit.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Hold the camera and fucking...
Yeah.
Colin will sell you some shit.
Oh, dude, this camera's warm where your hand was. I like it.
There is a difference, because if you come in and say you don't know what gear you need, I think that's perfect.
Colin is a salesman.
I used to be
a salesman.
So there was even in past jobs when someone said, I'm looking for this item, and they give me like a broad spectrum, but I don't know what I need. Like, that to me is the perfect customer, because I can sell you whatever I can convince you that you need, and that's usually not hard to do. John, on the other hand, is all truthful about it and tells you what you need and how it's going to help you, and I'm here to help SOEs profits. He's here to help people. I don't know what that's about.
Like, a dude, because a guy will come in and buy a big ass chest rig. He'll go to a class, and the next time he goes to a class, he's going to need different gear, and it's usually less gear as you learn your skills. You watch Sherman House go through a fighting rifle class with an AK. He's got one in the gun, couple in the pockets, maybe one on the front, and he'll run the class with that. You see, dudes, the more classes they've had, the less shit they run.
Gear shrinks down.
It shrinks down. They'll come in, they want the Rambo rig or the fucking Wolverines rig, when really they're changing mags. They're back to the table. You don't need all that shit. And the gear you need for the first class is not the gear you need for your third, fourth, fifth class, because your skills have evolved. Your ability has evolved, so your gear is going to evolve with that, and it's going to be tailored. we sell big fucking warfighting rigs to dudes going to Afghanistan, Iraq and shit. We also sell those exact same dudes little rigs that they're using more often. They're using in gun trucks and in turrets and shit. It's just a different application. We can sell you all kinds of shit. But if you come in here wanting to buy something, you really probably don't need to buy anything. I'm going to sell you a wallet, a visor cover, a sling, shit that dudes are going to use every day.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to fucking use a fucking $600 NSW rig. We can run them all day long. I can sell them all day long for $650. Fuck, we put them up on auction. If I had one right now, I'd put it on auction. It'd go over $1,000 today or tonight within fucking 30 minutes. Dudes want them.
Yeah.
Fucking, but he ain't gonna use them all the time. He's gonna use a wallet every day. He's gonna use a visor cover every day. So I don't even remember how we got on that topic, but
it makes sense. I know I learned that since I've been here. Like, I was like, oh, like I really want this rig, really want this rig.
Oh, I know.
Well, the topic was we're not looking for your money, we're looking for what's going to best serve.
I know why we're asking about it. So guys email me every day. Hey, I was just wondering how my Cryptek whatever rig's coming along because I really want to register and take this class in October. If you were fucking reliant on that rig you ordered that we told you we don't have and we're not going to have right now, but if you're going to send me an email thinking that that's going to fucking expedite us, it's not. Like, and the reality, I don't give a shit what it is you're doing. I'm not trying to fucking manipulate your life. We just can't run the rigs right now. We're running thousands of fucking multicam rigs, and we can't sell thousands of Cryptek rigs. We have, you know, more demand for those other items. But the reality is, if you truly believe that, see, I think when you guys send me those emails, I think you're full of shit. I think you're trying to manipulate it so that we'll hurry up and get your shit out the door.
I don't have a smartphone.
Right. But the reality is, if you truly believe that you can't take that class because you don't have that rig, you need to go take some fucking classes. Soon. Yeah. Like, you don't know what you don't know, if that's what you truly believe. So that's tell the fucking little salesman here. So this dude comes in who can't afford this watch. Colin worked at a high-end jewelry store. He sold me some watches. And when I walked out, I go, I wasn't even going to buy that fucking watch. That motherfucker got me to buy that watch. I go, I'd hire that motherfucker in a heartbeat. And we did. 6 months later, he was on eBay available, and we fucking bought his ass. I mean, fucking, we had him put in a crate, and they fucking moved him here on Freightliner and everything.
FPA.
So this dude comes in, Colin upsells him, and he's like, I hope I don't have buyer's remorse. And Colin's like, tell the story. Yeah. Tell it right, though. Don't pussy it up.
I had a customer at a place, and he seemed a little off, which was okay with me because that makes an easy target. And so
you're getting honesty right here that you will not get honesty. Like, you're getting the inside workings. Like when a chick goes and asks a dude some shit, he won't ever tell her the truth.
Just dress to make me look fat.
And it's shit like that. You're getting the honest truth from a fucking salesman who you are involved with and intermeshed with every day and just don't realize it. You're getting the honest fucking truth right here that nobody will tell you.
Because the salesman in high-end places, I'm sure cars or any other place where there's a commission involved and like where your work actually matters to what your income's going to be, you can't just always be like, oh, well, I just want to do what's best for you. Like, in the end, every person in a sales position, even though they need to do what's good for you, they also have to do what's best for them too. And there's a difference between good and best.
It's a legal con artist.
Yeah, and that's it's not that we're selling you anything fake. Because if it's more expensive, the chances are it's probably a better product. Whether or not you actually need it is subject to opinion. But it is an opinion, and it's something that I can't give. I don't know what your opinion of it might be. That's totally it doesn't matter. So anyway, this gentleman came in, and he was acting awkward and whatnot. Said he wanted to change his life, and that he had been living indifferently, maybe, and
on a meth pipe.
That he felt like he really wanted to be a bit more of a gentleman, and felt like if he stepped into nicer things, that he could help conduct himself in a more proper way, and that he wanted to do so with maybe a man's watch, which I thought was delightful, and that I could definitely help him in that particular objective, and that we had just the thing that he might need. And so I took him over to our most expensive line and began to show him these. We never mentioned price or anything like that. And he looked around and poked at a couple of the mid-range ones in the particular case, and I noticed what he was liking, and so I grabbed the most expensive one I could find and put it on. He was a larger frame gentleman, and he put it on. He said, "Wow, this looks really good." And I was like, "Sir," I was like, "it does look very good." And I was like, the difference will be, and this, I told this to many people, and it actually does have some truth to it. It's not a lie. But, you know, that watch timepieces are a bit of a culture, and that among businessmen, lawyers, people who have some notoriety within wealth and accomplishment in that area, oftentimes when you shake a hand or you do something, a lot of times the first thing you might notice after you have a timepiece is the timepiece they're wearing. Just like if you have a nice car, you notice how many of those cars you see around later, and it becomes something that you are accustomed to. So, I was explaining, I was like, you know, this doesn't just, because he said he wanted to improve his life standpoint, I said, this doesn't just improve the watch that you're wearing, the timepiece you're wearing. I was like, but it also improves people's view of you, because not just everyone can have one of these. This doesn't look like something that you bought at, you know, Fossil in the mall. You know, this is an accomplished man's timepiece, and this sets you apart from other men that don't have it and don't know what it is. And those who do know what it is know that you had some sort of investment in that, and it's not just an investment in the timepiece, but an investment in yourself, that you can represent a timepiece like this, that you would spend the money on it because you felt like it was important. And you know, I explained some of the qualities of the timepiece and everything. Anyway, he proceeds to buy it, and we get to the register, and he was like, I explained how much it would be, and it was you know, several thousand, and he said, "Oh," well, and he said, "Oh, okay. Well, we'll do it. We'll do it." And you know, we got him on a payment plan for it or whatever. And he said, "Man, I really hope that I don't, you know, get unnerved about this. You know," he's like, "If I didn't know any better, I'd say I'll go home and I'll burn this box. That way I can't return it." And I said, "That's true, sir. Sometimes people do get nervous about this type of thing. However, if you did burn that box, it would stop you. You couldn't actually return it if you did that, and that would be like a guarantee that, you know, you'd hold on to your investment." And I didn't say anything else. I just simply thought that he had a good point, and so he left and was whatever. And I came in days later and was approached by a manager, and they said, "Colin?" And I
No,
said,
do the voice.
Okay.
Hi, Colin.
Colin, can you come here for a second? And I was like, yes, ma'am. I just had a phone call, and this gentleman says that he purchased a watch from us. And I was like, yes. Well, he says that he wanted to return it, but whenever I was speaking to him, he said he went in the backyard and lit his box on fire, so he can't return it now. Did you tell him to do that? And I was like, no, ma'am, I did not. He mentioned that he was going to do it to protect his investment, that he didn't want to return it. And I simply said that, yes, he was correct. That would void the warranty, and that he couldn't return it if he did that. And she just sort of stared at me, and that was the end of that. But I wasn't really lying. I didn't say or do anything. I let him make his own decisions.
The funny thing is, like, that manager, that lady, she'll see this video. Like, they're friends. Like, they know each other. And the way Colin described and explained, you know, the guy wanting the watch, like, that holds true. And you can see evidence of that on many of the Facebook posts. And if you're watching this YouTube video, chances are you've seen our others, like when we went to buy the Hublot and stuff like that. And the cars, when I bought the first car, I posted a photo. I got out of the Range Rover that we drove there in, snapped a photo of the car on the way in to do the paperwork on the Cayman S, and just put up a picture. I didn't have the paperwork done. I was an hour in the building, had the keys driving away. Look at the Facebook. I had 1,000 posts on that Facebook picture. Right on, awesome. I have one of those. I have a 911. And then the dude's talking shit. And the dude's talking shit went out and spread all that shit. Like that second Hublot I bought, I like my first Hublot better. I bought the second one because it was hard to get. He happened to have it in as we were walking in the shop. He's like, hey, I have this coming in tomorrow. And he showed me on the phone. And I said, fucking, I'll come back and look at it sometime this week while I'm here. I bought that watch, the second one, so that I could make the video. And the video spread like wildfire. I mean, you guys on our Facebook page, you guys saw the hate that came from that. But what it also did is other dudes with Hublots. I got an email from a dude 2-3 days ago. I got a Facebook post, said, hey, I'm in Vegas. I'm talking to your boys at the Hublot dealer. I'm going to buy a black Magic. I bought a red Magic. And I said, they'll do you right. That's awesome, man. The dude hit me up again this morning, sent me an email, and said, hey, I'm a car and a knife guy. I bought that black Magic, and I'm sure you know who I am. There's not a lot of dudes buying, you know, $35,000 watches. So hit me up, and we'll chat about some knives and some car stuff. But as soon as I started posting those photos up of those watches and those cars, other dudes with those watches and cars came out of the woodwork, and they're like, hey, I'm in that club too. And those guys typically are way more successful than I am. My whole thing was fake it till you make it. I faked it, and enough people wanted to be around me that I made it. And
there are no lollipops.
and those dudes typically have shit and do shit and make shit happen. So now those dudes are on our Facebook page who can react, and you know, when you want to do something, they know where it's at, they know how to get it, or they know somebody that has it. So when I put up, hey, I'm looking for XYZ, whatever it is, man, just, I mean, within fucking minutes, hey, I got a hookup for that. We got a buddy who, New York DEA dude, who is now moved westward, and he's got all kinds of hookups for, I mean, $500,000 watches and shit in New York. We met him doing industry shit, stayed in contact a few times, and that dude like saved me 20% on fucking any watch over $15,000, $20,000. I mean, with a phone call, hey, my dudes in New York have this. Just let them know what it is, wire transfer them a deposit, they'll let you know what it's in. 20% right off, just boom, right off the top, just from knowing those guys. And that's how that shit is. And he's right. When people see that, people that know what that, like some douche on the street or some dude who's just talking shit, he's jealous. Oh, you got a Rolex, it's a shitty timekeeper. Yeah, awesome. Where's your fucking, where's yours? Because while you don't have a Rolex, you also don't have the home or the fucking car or most of the other shit that goes with it. There are dudes that could have it and don't want it. Whatever. But typically the dude talking shit about it is jealous.